If you've been thinking about buying Publisher Rocket, stop for a second because this video might save you money, time, and a lot of frustration. I see people buy keyword tools hoping they'll magically turn any book idea into passive income, and that's not how this works. Publisher Rocket can be powerful, but only if you understand what it actually does and what it doesn't. So let's take a moment to talk about the biggest objections that people have before buying Publisher Rocket and whether those objections are valid and how I personally use it in my publishing business. The first objection is it's too expensive for beginners. And I hear this all the time because people look at the one-time price and think, why would I spend that when I haven't even published a book? But here's the honest truth, because Publisher Rocket is not expensive compared to the cost of publishing the wrong book. Writing a manuscript can take weeks or months. Covers, formatting, ads, those all add up. If you skip the upfront research and publish a book that nobody is searching for, that is far more expensive than the Publisher Rocket tool itself. So the second objection that I commonly hear is, can I just use the Amazon search bar? And the answer is yes and no, because Amazon autocomplete is a starting point, not a strategy. And it does show what people are typing, but it doesn't show you competition, estimated searches, or whether those keywords are dominated by big publishers. And Publisher Rocket gives you that data, so that way you're not guessing. And the common third objection is, I don't understand keyword research. And this is a big one, especially for beginners, because people think keyword research is technical or complicated. And the reality is that Publisher Rocket is one of the most beginner-friendly tools in the self-publishing space. You don't need to be an SEO expert, even though that I am. You're just looking for keywords with buyer intent, searched volume, and competition that can realistically rank, and that's it. Now, let me explain why I personally use Publisher Rocket and why it's been a part of my process for books that actually perform. So I publish many books now, and the ones that have been successful all have one thing in common. I did keyword research before I wrote my manuscript, not after, before. And Publisher Rocket helped me validate the idea up front, and I wasn't writing blindly and hoping that Amazon would just figure it out. I knew what readers were searching for, and so I wrote to meet that demand. This is where most people get it backwards. They write their book first and then try to force keywords into the title or description, and that is like building a house and then checking if the land is usable. Publisher Rocket actually flips that process, so that way you're building on solid ground. I'll be dropping my affiliate link to Publisher Rocket down below in the description, so that way if you decided it makes sense for you, because I only recommend tools that I actually use. Now, let's talk about what Publisher Rocket is and is not, because that does matter. Publisher Rocket will not guarantee sales. It will not replace good content. It will not fix poor covers or unclear positioning. And it will not make every niche profitable. But what it does do is remove guesswork. It helps you avoid saturated markets, identify underserved topics, and choose keywords that give your book a real chance to be discovered organically. Again, another common objection I hear is, I'll just buy it later when I'm more advanced. And here's the problem with that thinking. Keyword research is most valuable at the beginning, not the end. The earlier you understand how Amazon works, the fewer mistakes you will make. Even if you only publish one book this year, you want that book positioned correctly from day one. If you're like me and publishing for passive income, you are not just writing, you are building a digital asset. Assets need strategy. Publisher Rocket supports that strategy by showing you demand, competition, and opportunities that are invisible to most beginners. So who should actually buy Publisher Rocket? Well, if you're serious about self-publishing, not just as a hobby, but as a way to generate income, this tool makes sense. If you want to stop guessing, stop copying random book ideas, and start making data-backed decisions, it makes sense. If you're willing to learn how Amazon's ecosystem works instead of blaming the platform when a book doesn't sell, it makes sense. So who should not buy it? Well, if you are looking for shortcuts, if you want a tool to do all the work for you, or if you're not willing to learn how to interpret basic data, then no, save your money, okay? Bottom line here is that Publisher Rocket isn't magic, but it is leverage. It's helped me choose better book ideas, validate demand before writing, and build a catalog that actually sells instead of just collecting dust. So if you do want to check it out, my affiliate link is down below. And if you want to learn how to use Publisher Rocket step by step as part of my publishing process from idea to launch, drop a comment or check out the resources in the description. I'll see you in the next video.